Hey, I'm here in Bali. Bali's known as the island of 1,000 temples. They say that in some neighborhoods there's even more temples than homes. And I'm here at the biggest one of them.
Whenever you enter a temple, you're required to wear a sarong to show respect. The first temple we stopped at is called Gunung Kawi. It's an ancient 11th century temple and cemetery. There are a total of 10 burial monuments. 5 are believed to be dedicated to King Uduyana and his family, and 5 dedicated to King Anak and his favorite queens. The next temple we stopped at was called Tirta Empul, which means holy spring in Balinese. The holy spring water is used by Balinese Hindus for a ritual of purification. We didn't jump in the water since we didn't bring towels to dry off. Can you spot the big ass spider? The next stop was Bali Cappuccino, where my sister jumped in to help roast some beans.
How do you know when they're roasted?
Bali has tons of these coffee shops where they will let you sample a plethora of coffees and teas as long as you buy something. Yummy weasel poop coffee. We ended that day chilling at some hot springs with a gorgeous view of a volcano and, of course, a drag show. Hey! The next day, it was time for some more temples. The first temple we stopped at was having a special ceremony. However, if you're not a local, you are not allowed to enter. We then went to a second temple. This temple was also having a ceremony, but they let us come in and even participate. That's why you'll see rice on my forehead later. We stopped for lunch with a gorgeous view. The restaurant had bats chilling outside, which who knew bats would end up being so problematic in just a few weeks. The next stop was the super popular temple, sometimes referred to as the Gates of Heaven, although here it is called Penataran Lepunyang.
Hey, so here, Heaven's Gate. You may have seen that on a bunch of Instagrams, but here's actually a big ass line in order to get your picture taken. I'm not sure if we're gonna wait in line or not, but we made it here. Hey.
We didn't end up waiting for our photo op, but still took in some amazing views. The last stop we made that day was the gardens of the former royal palace. The royal palace was first built in 1946, but it pretty much got destroyed when a nearby volcano erupted in 1963. The entrance has a huge koi pond where these bad boys go on a feeding frenzy. The garden also has some amazing and slightly creepy statues. The next day, we took a break from temples and headed to Gili Island. The islands don't allow motored vehicles, so the only choices to get around here are by foot, bicycle, or these horse-drawn carriages. The island is very chill with a gorgeous sunset. We threw caution to the wind and started day drinking by the beach.
And the back of a questionable horse again.
He's a very nice horse. He's a lovely horse. He's my favorite horse of this whole trip.
Favorite horse of all time.
I would have definitely liked to have spent more time here. After a very short rest back in Bali, it was time to hike up an active volcano.
Hey, so it's like 1 in the morning. Well, actually, no, now it's more like 3 in the morning. Hey. And getting ready to hike up this volcano. That's, I guess, apparently still active. And it's so cool that you can even cook the egg in the sand. So, gonna see what that's like up there. But yeah, it's like about a 2-hour hike and it should be fun. All right.
As you start to hike, it's completely dark out. But since now you're in a group, there's just excitement in the air. The walk will leave you breathless in every sense. From stunning views of the sky slowly transforming changing colors every few minutes, and by having to rush up to the top of the volcano if you want to make it before sunrise. The last spot we visited was Nusa Penida. This place is spectacular, but get ready for some hikes. It is purposely underdeveloped to maintain its ecology.
So we are at Crystal, what is this place called?
Crystal Beach?
We are at Crystal Beach, headed up these stairs. I guess it's like a mile up. And then we'll be at Secret Beach. So just gotta climb up all these stairs and we'll be there. Yay!
We spent our last night in Bali supporting the few gay bars. LGBTQ rights groups have condemned Indonesia's government for their treatment of their queer community. However, Bali remains a safe haven compared to the rest of Indonesia.
I'm here with one of the drag performers of this amazing bar.
Welcome to Bali Show.
And what would you say, what's it like to be LGBTQ here in Indonesia?
All right, it's honestly in Indonesia, it's like LGBT is not like what to say. It's still private. Yes, they have a couple still private relationship, but they show they're a couple is at the right place in the like it's a Bali show. It's a guy bar. It's okay. They are kill achieve them. Thank you.
Anything else you want to say?
I think if you want to come to Bali, you should invite the Bali Show bar and also the Mixwell bar. There are so many gay bars. It's a great gay bar in the bar. Thank you.
The night ended with Dan getting pulled on stage for a risque performance. More than half of Bali's economy relies on tourism, so when COVID-19 hit, the island has been struggling to regain its economy. If you have ever thought about traveling to Bali, I definitely recommend it. The island is a beautiful mix of nature and spirituality. Love you for watching. This is Eduardo Culbo.